Accident must leave a rose. Accident must leave a rose. As they left in America, accident must leave a rose.
The Federal Road Safety Commission, Lagos R2 Zonal Command, as part of its public enlightenment campaign, hosted a rally for drivers under the auspices of the Nigerian Union of Road Transport Workers at the New Garage Motor Park, Ojota. It focused on the rainy season, hazards, and rugged driving conditions. Giving a pep talk at the event, the Sector Commander for the Road Safety Lagos, Corps Commander Hyginus Omeje, tasked the NURTW and its drivers on steps to take to avoid accidents and disasters during the rainy season.
Before you move the vehicle in the morning, when you don't check everything where you want check, I know we know how to check oil. We know how to check our water for radiator. We know how to check every other thing, but there is something we don't always check. Who can tell me that thing? Eh? There is something we don't always check. And that now it is important that you start checking it. That thing is our wiper. So each time we are driving during rainy season and you see pockets of water on the road, I beg no go put your tire there anyhow. Is that okay? If you must even put tire there, enter slowly because it can be masking a big hole. Each time it is raining like this, if you match your brake, no be where you say make the motor stop, e go stop. Oh. The motor go far. Why? Because of that layer of water that is between the tire and the road. When it is raining, and it's raining heavily, you know that at times, if you look at the weather now, it will say it's on a sunny day. By now, we would have been shifting inside because of sun. If it continues like this, there are times you will get to, you will look as if it is night. At that point in time, you must learn to put on your headlamp. Did you hear me? You must learn to put on your headlamp. The thing is that if it is raining like that and the weather is dull, there is need that you see, and there is also need that you are seeing. That's why you must also check your lights. Remember that somebody is following you. The water where you dey splash might cover him that he will not know, and he will just come and hit you from the rear. So it's important that you see the man you are following, and let the man following you also know that the vehicle is in front. Some people think that driving is driving. And for you to drive and drive very well, especially during rainy season, when it is cold, that you need to take something that must warm the body. Can't you see how the weather is? Let me take something that will warm the body. There is nothing that warms you in this matter. In the Jew garage, they have succeeded, the union officials have succeeded in banning the sale of alcohol. All those things. You don't sell it in that park. And I know it is the effort of the state council. And I want the state council to extend it to all the parks. Let them sell bread. Let them sell buburu and ekpa. We will still buy. But this alcohol, we don't want it in our parks. The next thing I want to talk about is your brake during rainy season. It is advisable that if you are driving and it is raining, please from time to time tap your brake. Hello? From time to time tap your brake. If you don't do it, there will be a time you will just reach. When you now want to apply the brake, you just hear. Tap your brake from time to time so that you can dry the brake disc. Because water is splashing everywhere. So from time to time you tap, it will dry up, you tap, so that when you will need it, it will work. And I also want to say something in that regard. Please, there is something we call following distance. That is the distance between you and the man you are following. When it is raining, you have to increase that distance by 2 or by 3. Hello? If it is raining, you have to increase that distance that exists between you and the person you are following. Why? Because of that water. Because during rainy season, if the road is wet, the stopping distance of that vehicle is going to increase. So it's not that place you want it to stop that is going to stop, because of that layer of water between the tire and the road.
The sector commander and the zonal commanding officer R2 Lagos, Mr. John Mehooks, speak further on the rally.
We know that the rainy season is already at its peak. So we had to do this to be able to address the challenges and the hazards inherent in driving during rainy season. That's why the team is driving under the rain and, of course, drunk driving. We also want to use this opportunity to reiterate the dangers inherent also in driving under the influence of alcohol or drug.
Most vehicles in Lagos during the rainy season, especially the commercial ones, do not have wiper. So I don't know what you are doing about it, apart from the sensitization you are doing now.
Of course, definitely having sensitized and having educated people, the next thing is enforcement. And that's why at times, if you see our men stopping people on the road, they become agitated and say, why are you stopping me? What have I done? It might just be for us to be able to see and ensure that those things have been taken care of in the morning before you left. So it will not be out of order if you see a machine flag down a motorist and they say, let me put on your trafficator. You want to know whether the light is working. Put on your headlamp. You want to know whether the light is working. And he say, put on your wiper. He wants to know, assuming it starts raining now, is this driver, is this vehicle roadworthy to be on the road while it is raining? So if we do those, if they carry out those routine checks like that and it's not working, of course the next thing is to enforce and issue tickets to that effect, because it's an offense for you to drive without your vehicle being roadworthy.
Now, sir, the statistics reeled out by the assistant commercial, it is very frightening. I don't know what you are doing in conjunction with your counterpart in Ogun State to help bring this accident to the barest.
What we are doing is, what we are here now is part of what we are doing. And that is, when we looked at that statistics, is one of the things that also informed this rally. We say if we, within 6 months, we have sustained, with the figure is this high. If we don't do something, then before December, it's definitely going to double. So what we can now do is, we ask ourselves, can we go more to the motor parks? Can we reach out more to the motoring public? Can we engage the motoring public the more? And that is what we are doing now. The next thing is increasing the tempo of our enforcement. And that we are already also doing. If you go to Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, you would have noticed that there is a tremendous increase in the number of patrol vehicles on that road. Particularly also now that the road is going through rehabilitation. You know that Julius Berger is back already, and they have even narrowed the road further. So we know that there are going to be more challenges, more hazards, especially with the construction work that is ongoing now. So our men have also beefed up. We have beefed up our patrol in terms of enforcement, and we have also stepped up our enlightenment campaign, both in the parks and also in the media, reaching out to the media, going to various media houses, radio stations, to also enlighten the motoring public.
Education of the drivers is paramount. Education. The human factor seems to be the greatest problem we have in managing crashes. If you spend 5 minutes on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, you see the recklessness of drivers. And so the human factor is our greatest challenge. Drivers drive carelessly, without care, not minding the poor road surfaces, the ongoing repair works on the road. Those are things I expect that an average driver should take precaution on. And that's why we have increasing cases. If we can take care of the human factor, obviously this large number of crashes would be avoided. And that is why we are talking to the people. Education for us seems to be the greatest way to curb it. If the drivers appreciate and know what is expected of them, then I strongly believe bad roads, poor vehicular situation will be less. I'm not saying they don't contribute, they do, but the human factor, and will continue on the public education, which is what we are doing today.
As the rainy season intensifies in Lagos, it is expected that the NURTW drivers will take the tips from the Road Safety Commission seriously to guarantee safety on the roads.